Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I need you guys to hurry up, buckle up, get your favorite beverage because I'm getting ready to take off here. Now, we are going to be driving through the city of Shoals, Alabama. So, Shoals, Alabama is located in Colbert County. It is the largest city in the county. It is located in the northwest region of Alabama. It's an hour and a half away from Tupelo, Mississippi, an hour and 15 minutes from Huntsville, Alabama, and 10 minutes from Florence, Alabama. So the closest larger community to Muscle Shores is going to be Florence, Alabama, which is 10 minutes down the road over the other side of the river. So if you're looking to live here in Mutual Shores, your median home price, well, let's back up. The population of Mutual Shores is 15,969 people. It has grown at a rate of 5.5% as of the 2020 census. The median home price here is at $221,000. Now, I will let you guys know that there are houses for, if you go on the MLS and look for houses for sale in Mutual Shores, you will see a number of houses below that price range. And my advice is to be careful because some of those houses you see at a lower price, lower than a couple $100,000, are in many cases not going to be located in Mutual Shores. I mean, they're going to be somewhere in a neighboring community, like they might be located in Sheffield, or the house could be somewhere closer to Tuscaloosa, or it might be in some other community that's close to Mutual Shores but not in Mutual Shores. So FYI, for those of you that want to move to Mutual Shores and you're looking to purchase a home and you're looking on let's say realtor.com or something, I would say if you want to live in Mutual Shores, I would suggest that you are prepared to spend or finance at least a couple $100,000. If you're looking just to rent, the median rent prices are going to go from $670 to $1,460 a month. Now, the crime here is not bad. I mean, your violent crime is only 14% above national average. So for those of you that live in the real world, you know that no matter where you go, there's going to be some sort of crime at some point. And 14% above national average is nothing compared to many other places in the United States. I mean, compared to many other Alabama cities, 14% above national average when it comes to crime is nothing. Take my word. And for those of you that have been following my channel for any length of time, if you go back and you watch a lot of my other Alabama videos, you will see that the crime numbers in a typical Alabama city, I mean, off the top of my head, I would say your crime numbers are going to be, they're going to be way higher than what they are in Mutual Shores. I'll just put it like that. Now, property crime is 94% above the national average, which, you know, as I've said it before, it's never a good thing to have high property crime. I mean, I know I don't like my crap being stolen from me, and I know the majority of you guys don't, but, you know, property crime here is higher than what I would like to see, but it is what it is. Now let's move on to some racial demographics. All right. You got 82.7% white, 13% black, 1.1% Native American, 1.5% Hispanic. And Mutual Shores, of course, is the largest city in Colbert County, which is located on the left bank of the Tennessee River. And of course, the neighborhood I'm driving through right now, if I had to take a wild guess, this is going to be a $500,000 community. I mean, it could be more than that for all I know. I'm just taking a guess. I don't know exacts. In fact, this area is right outside the city limits. I don't know if this area has been incorporated as part of the actual city, or if this is just, just right outside the city. But I decided to drive through this area because I understand some people, you don't want to live directly in town, but you don't want to have to take a mini field trip to have access to all your city amenities. So that's why when I do these videos, if I see an area like this, I might take a moment or two and drive through the community and show you guys what it looks like. Now I want to give you guys a little bit of history about Muscle Shoals. Now, the name of the city basically came from the fact that towards the shallow areas of the Tennessee River, there used to be mussels that the Cherokee Indian tribe used to collect back when they first settled here in the Muscle Shoals area before the U.S. officials took control of the region in the early 1810s. Now, a lot of people might know cities like Nashville, Tennessee, as being Music City. Now, me personally, I used to live in Nashville a long time ago, and I've had some very good experiences down there. Down there. Unfortunately, I can't go back there because housing prices have gotten too freaking expensive. Now, the whole title with Music City, in my humble opinion, there's a lot of cities that can be labeled Music City, not just Nashville. Now, in my humble opinion, I think Muscle Shoals can be labeled Music City because there were 2 music studios. Think about this for a minute. The population of Muscle Shoals is only, let me pull it up again. The population of Muscle Shoals is under 16,000 people. And in a city this small, for a city this small to have 2 music studios, I think is rather remarkable. Now the two music studios that were created here that have recorded. Now, here's a little history about the 2 music studios. 2 music studios were created here that have recorded many hit songs since the 1960s. The first studio that was here was called Fame Studios, which was founded by Rick Hall, where Arthur Alexander, Parsi Sledge, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, Otis Redding, and many other artists have recorded their songs at that studio. Now, the second music studio is Muscle Shoals Sound Studio. Now, technically, from what I understand, Muscle Shoals Sound Studio is not actually in Muscle Shoals city limits. It's actually located next door in Sheffield, Alabama. But anyhow, Muscle Shoals Sound Studio was founded by the Swampers, a well-known musician group. They worked with Bob Dylan, Paul Simmons, Rob Stewart, the Rolling Stones, and the Allman Brothers, and other artists. And Muscle Shoals is also the home of country music band. I can't pronounce their name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name because I don't want to mess up the name because I'm going to butcher the fuck out of it already know. But anyhow, just understand that this city is the home of some famous country music bands. In recent times, the 2 studios have recorded hit songs like Before the Cheats by Charlie Underwood and I Love Her First by Heartland. George Michael recorded an unreleased version of Careless Whisper with Jerry Wexler in 1983, here in Mutual Source. Betty LaVette recorded the album Signs of the Crime at Fame Studios in 1972, which happened to be a Grammy Award-winning album. Now, here in Mutual Source, you have black and white artists that work together in the studios and borrow each other's style of music. Like a lot of the white musicians that came, they would record either rock and roll or country. As for a lot of your black musicians that came, they would record a lot of jazz and blues. And apparently they've at some point collaborated, and they kind of shared their music style and integrated, like they integrated each other's music style into their own music, if I'm making any sense. And I think that piece of history is very remarkable, especially when you take into consideration the time in which these studios were first created. And these artists began working together, which was back in the 60s when racism was real. I'm not saying that racism today doesn't exist. I'm just saying back in the 60s it was real. That's the best way I can describe it. Because, of course, back in the 60s, if someone used the word racist or racism, it meant what it meant. It wasn't just a word that some people like to throw around, but don't really know what the hell it means. Back in the 60s, it was real. But anyways, Sam Phillips, the founder of Sun Records, was born and raised in Mutual Source. He started the radio station WLAY AM, a Mutual Source radio station that played white and black music, and where he worked as a DJ in the 1940s. So this bit of history just should go to let some of you know that not all white folks were on board with the racism that was going on back in the day. Just like with the racism that goes on today, not all people of the white community are on board with that. Now, the artists that use the studio in Mutual Source today are Drive-By Truckers, the Civil Wars, Dylan LeBlancs, that's L lowercase e, BLANCE, Gary Nichols, Fiddleworms, Boombox, State Line Mob, and Jason Isbell. Those are some of the groups that currently record their music here in Mutual Source or in the Mutual Source area today. A number of R&B, rock, and country artists own homes in this area by the Tennessee River. And as of January 6th of 2010, Mutual Source was added to the Mississippi Blues Trail. And sadly, in early 2018, the founder of Fame Studio, Rick Hall, passed away. The Black Keys, a rock duo, recorded their music video for the song Lonely Boy. in 2011, they recorded that song here in the city of Muscle Shoals. And there was also a documentary made in Muscle Shoals in 2013 about Fame and Muscle Shoals Sound Studio, directed by Greg F. Kamler. The film was released by Magnolia Pictures. And no, I have not seen that film. That documentary. Now, whenever I get some time, I will carve out a little bit of time to watch it. And like I typically do on my videos, I'm going to give my 2 cents about this city and what I think about it. Now, Muscle Shoals, in my opinion, is a very neat, it's a very clean city. You're not going to find any communities in the city of Muscle Shoals that are hood or rough or any of that type of stuff. Now, in some of the communities that are close by, you will see some communities that are a little rough, and I will be making those videos that will be on this channel shortly, so stay tuned for those videos. But here in Muscle Shoals, you're not going to really find any rough parts of the city. This city, for the most part, it's clean. The majority of the streets are clean. The majority of the residents here maintain their houses. They maintain their yards. You're not going to really find anywhere in this city where you got people with a bunch of garbage piled up on their porch and junk cars that don't run sitting on their grass. You're not going to find that here in Muscle Shoals. You're just not. And I would say the amenities in this city are decent. And on top of that, you're not far from Florence. You're only down the street from Florence, which is right over the river. Now, I will say in my opinion, I would say the only thing that I could think of that would work against Muscle Shoals is the fact that it's further away from larger metro areas. The closest city to Muscle Shoals, the closest metro to Muscle Shoals is going to be Huntsville, Alabama. Which is well over an hour from here. But I would say, if you're able to find a decent paying job in this region of Alabama, or if you work online and you make the money necessary to afford the housing prices here, I would say this would be a solid place to consider calling home. Now, I will say this city does have a fair amount of traffic, especially at rush hour. So, at rush hour, if you're here and you have to maybe get to Florence, or if you're in Florence and you have to get here to Muscle Shoals, you're going to definitely be fighting some traffic. Now, the traffic here is not going to be as much as what you'll have in Huntsville, but you will have a considerable amount of traffic. So if you live here, understand this is not just this is not going to be your typical small town Alabama city. You're going to have some traffic here, especially during rush hour. So I would say that would be the only negative of living here, in my humble opinion, is maybe A, the traffic, and 2, for those of you that are accustomed to being within an hour or less of a metro area. I mean, obviously you live out here, you're not going to have that. But other than that, I think Musical Shoals is a decent place to call home for those that have the money to live out here. Housing prices are not the cheapest, and in accordance to Alabama standards, housing prices here are not going to be the cheapest. But when you compare a city like this to many places in Tennessee, housing prices out here will be substantially more affordable. So that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Hopefully you got something out of the video. Hopefully you guys got something out of my commentary. So, So first and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to another video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, consider doing that, because I will be putting out many more videos. And to help with my channel, all you gotta do is simply watch my videos and give them a thumbs up afterwards, or during the video, or whenever the hell you feel like doing such a thing. And of course, feel free to interact in the comment section, because I would love to hear your views. And I'm fairly sure other people watching would like to hear your views, or what you know, or what I may have left out, whatever. So drop a comment in the comment section. Alright folks, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Enjoy the rest of the video. I will see y'all in the next one. Okay.